Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Silicon Valley. And with a foghorn sounding behind us, that can only mean one thing, and that is it's time for football at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys come in here winners of 2 straight. Opposite him, the Niners' Kyle Shanahan. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Dances by him. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
As the offensive guys trot on the field, you know they're congratulating the special teams guys to get them in great position. And while they're going out there, I'm guessing the quarterback's thinking about taking some good shots at the end zone right now.
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that. But he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the
touchdown. 49ers. Ken Walker, career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Seahawks, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Good-looking return set up here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Second and 11. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. A gain of 13 yards.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. The numbers for him from a week ago. 11 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal, and this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the 49ers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Throwing right, and that's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Get set. Up. 118. Watch out.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
At the 15-yard line.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Throw out wide to Walker. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
That's another 49er first down. First down and goal to go. 18, watch out.
Here's Walker. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Seahawks. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Point after here coming up. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score.
Still one of the most exciting plays in football, the kick return. Shows why there. 93 yards on that return for 6. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be a third and about 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Still on his feet. Inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Kenneth Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And he comes back with one complete. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Backed up where they were on this side of the field, that was a gutsy call.
A gutsy call that never should have happened. Not so much them going for it. That's their decision. But where's the defensive front? Where's the leverage? Where's the low man wins? Where's getting into the offensive backfield and spilling the play? How did they permit them to pick up a 1st down in that situation?
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Down to about the 45. The Seahawks at 7-4 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 6. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Seattle.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kyle Pitts, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 6.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Get set. Get set. Up. 18. Watch out.
Straight ahead, Walker. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
On the return, it's White. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brings up
2nd down and 3.
The 34-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Well, he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll give to Hall. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Seattle.
They'll go again with Hall. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Now the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Outside.
And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission, all tied. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hansen. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love just admitted to their teams, hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They'll look to throw here. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they're going to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Purdy on the sneak. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Get set.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Purdy on the sneak. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 on the Seahawks 40-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point. 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Get set.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Purdy. Going deep for Walker. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Well, the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
And the Seahawks first down.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 72.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. 2nd and 9. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. He's got White here. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that last throw not going to count for much in the grand scheme of things, but it does move him over 3,000 yards passing for the season. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
first down, they go with Jacobs again. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the fourth quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
70 Lions.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let's go.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Play action, they'll throw. And he hits him in stride. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second and 5 from the 8. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. They'll go in for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now is to 14. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Outside. 22.
Throwing here, Purdy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Stevenson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
First down.
From the gun, it's Walker. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Here's second down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Purdy. Over the middle, it's complete. Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches. Purdy looking to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Purdy now to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Here's second down. Here's Purdy. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Purdy, big 4th down play. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. This is White. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Purdy with one final shot here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.